Popo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Trouble. Huh, it's funny. The blinker doesn't reset when you turn the engine off. Oh, listen to that. Well, top of the morning, everybody, and welcome to another installment of CN Cycle, the first vlog on the 2012 Triumph Thruxton. This is not my first ride. I rode it home yesterday from the guy I bought it up in Redondo Beach. Didn't want to vlog, I just wanted to focus on getting to know the bike and not worry about yapping away. Just a little bonding time, you know? So this is my second run. I'm on my way up to meet Big Bird. We're going to do a little cruise. He hasn't seen this bike yet either. Big Bird, not Baby Bird. Rest in peace, Baby Bird. We'll miss you. I don't know what drama happened, but it sucks no matter what. So, my first impressions and riding experience of the 2012 Thruxton. In short, I love it. It's way more fun and agile than I thought it was going to be. It's really fun. You know, I wanted a cruiser. I wanted something to kind of just cruise around town, not really hit the freeway, just kind of poke around and have fun. I've got that absolute, you know, beast of a machine, the S1000R, so I needed something to complement that for just hanging out and cruising. But I gotta say, this thing is perfectly capable of cruising, but it's a little firecracker as well, and it's incredibly, the handling is much better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's of course nowhere near as fast as the S1000R, but that's not what I wanted. I wasn't going for speed. I wanted something that is awesome, it looks awesome, which this thing does, and is fun to ride and cruise around on. I think I nailed it. So I wish I had a better point of comparison. I only rode one Thruxton before this one, and it was stock, but it was a piece of shit, and I knew the guy didn't care about it, so I pretty much, just out of courtesy, I rode it around the block and brought it back. I knew the moment I saw it I didn't want it, the other one I was looking at. So I don't really have a huge point of comparison on a stock Thruxton to this, which has been heavily modified, as I went over in great detail in my introductory video, which I'll put a link to below. There I went over all the modifications the guy that I bought this from did. It's extensive. And I made out like a bandit on this thing, I really did. I could probably sell this thing in a year and make all my money back. I could probably sell it now, flip it now and make more money back, but I don't because I love it. So yeah, as I said, I don't have a lot of I don't have a big point of comparison as to what a stock Thruxton feels like, except for that one small ride. And from what I remember, this is infinitely better in every way. Speed, power, handling, the suspension for sure. So I gotta say, I have very little bad to say so far. It's comfortable. As you can see, he's put these are British Customs, I think, handlebars, and it's a little bit more aggressive than the standard Thruxton. I was a little worried about that, but I rode it 50 miles yesterday home, and I was fine. I was perfectly comfortable. Not as comfy as the S1000R, but pretty comfortable. It sounds so good. That's probably the best part, is just hearing that lower growl coming out the back at all times. It sounds awesome. The gearbox is just buttery smooth, better than the BMW. I gotta say, it shifts so smoothly. It's very easy. The clutch is more forgiving for sure on this bike than the S1000. That's to be expected. It would be a great beginner bike. One of the complaints I heard about this bike that I read before I bought it was that at slow speeds it's pretty top heavy and you feel like you could just topple over at any time. I would say that there is probably an element of truth to that. First couple of U-turns, that guy's crazy. First couple of U-turns were a little sketchy. Just got to get used to it though. You know, it's just not as planted, and I'm sure the center of gravity on this thing is higher than it is on the BMW. Yes, this is the first comparison ever of a BMW S1000R and a 2012 Triumph Thruxton. Probably the first and the last. No, I'm not comparing two. I'm letting this bike stand on its own. And I love it. I mean, it looks cool. And I got more attention and more looks yesterday afternoon riding this thing home than I have in total on the S1000 probably. Because people just don't get that bike. It looks crazy. Mostly old guys. I had a guy probably in his 80s roll down his window and give me the big, nice, 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 nice. But I gotta say, it's just a pleasure. It really is fun to ride. It's exceeding my expectations. You know, I could tell the brakes are not what I'm used to, and that's to be expected as well. I mean, BMW uses some of the best brakes in the market, if not the best brakes. Something else I'm not crazy about, the positioning of the lights. Oftentimes when I'm splitting traffic and or I see somebody pulling out of a driveway when I'm driving, I flash my beams. And BMW really, they put the high beam, oh, you They put the flicker right here by your index finger on your left hand, which is really convenient. And on this one, it's way up here. I gotta take my hand completely off, and I mean, it's no big deal, but I like flashing my lights when I'm splitting, so that's no longer an option. Although, as you saw in my intro, this guy's got a LED ring, or this guy, me, it's mine now, has an LED ring around the headlight, which adds a lot of brightness to it. Ooh. Ooh. So, ergonomically, maybe a couple things could have improvements, but I'm not complaining. But, and it's got some go! It's got some giddy up! The guy that I bought it from, he said that all the mods he did and the boring out to a 904cc added, he thinks, around 20 horsepower. I have no way of testing that, or I have no interest in testing that. I doubt that. I doubt it's that much. But, again, I can't tell really, because I didn't really ride another Thruxton. I will at some point though. What I'll do is I'll get my hands on a stock Thruxton and then do a comparison later on. But for now, I'm happy with this. This is just a treat. One of the things that kills me on this bike that I'm not used to is the tank is so narrow. I feel like my knees are touching together. I mean, the S1000, it's wide. I'm spread eagle on that thing. And that's what I'm used to now. And this thing is it's so narrow. I feel so skinny. A couple of guys have told me, you know, this thing's not the greatest for the freeway. When you're cruising 80 or 90, it can get a little squirrely. I got it up to about 85 or 90 yesterday, and it felt fine to me. It felt pretty planted. I wouldn't want to do a long-term ride on this thing. For you know, any touring or any multi-night thing I do will still definitely be on the BMW. See this? It gets all kinds of attention though. She's waving to the camera. Also, these mirrors, these are the Triumph, I don't know what they're called, low profile mirrors. As you can see, they're tiny, but it took me a while to get them where I want them, but I gotta say, for how small they are, my visibility behind me is pretty good. If you angle them just right, you see exactly what you want to see. When I saw those, I was like, oh god, what a joke. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, listen to that. Well, guys, that's about it. Those are my first impressions. You'll see me divide my time up between the two bikes, add a little variety to the channel. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We'll see you later. Bye.